The Clippers offseason continues to push on through, and we only have just one more spot left to fill in our roster, at least as of right now. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the top 3 picks that are going around at who's going to fill that last spot right here on today's episode of Clippers Covered. What is up, Clipper Nation? I'm your friendly neighborhood host, Kyle Archer, and welcome to another episode of Clippers Covered. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Free agency continues on, and this has been a very silent and strong, I don't want to say silent as in nothing happened, but a very sneaky, strong offseason for the Los Angeles Clippers, and I'm loving it. I'm loving everything that's kind of coming around. So we are going into the final few slots. As of right now, we do have one more open slot for it to be filled, obviously, with a couple sign-in trades. There's still what's going on with Kawhi, who knows, whatever, whatnot. I think everything's going to be fine, A-okay. So for this video, we're going to assume Kawhi's gone. We got B.I. and Grady Dick. So let's go ahead and talk about the 3 names that have been floating around as far as rumors, interest, and legitimate scenarios that these 3 players could get in. Obviously, if you're looking at the bottom, we see Peyton Watson, Bennedict Mathurin, Jonathan Kuminga. We're going to break down some pros and cons for each of them and how they could fit. What's the realism of them actually coming onto the squad? And ultimately, at the end, who's the best option for the situation that we have and the situation that we are in. So let's go ahead and start with possibly the biggest headline as the past few weeks have really went on, and that's Peyton Watson coming right out of Denver. The biggest issue with Peyton Watson is that he is a restricted free agent. So we could send something, Denver could match it, and he's forced to stay there. So that's the biggest thing. We are officially, not by rumors, but officially reported to have the interest, or reported interest. Sure, there's probably other speculations for other teams, like Atlanta Hawks were in the name, and the Bucks. Both teams, I think, could benefit from Peyton Watson as well. But really, it's kind of those 3. We are the only team that has reported interest, and here's why I think he would be a great fit for the Clippers in the scheme. Number one, he's an elite defender. We are a team that has capability whenever it comes to offensive scoring. Obvious with Darius Garland, Brandon Ingram, Rui Hachimura. There's weapons. Derek Jones Jr., that's if we hang on to him as well. We have weapons. We do. They might not be pristine, and there might be development. Obviously, Keaton Wagler, that's another weapon that we're going to be coming in. Baba Miller, Nick Martinelli. We have scoring weapons. We need defense. That's what we need. Baba Miller brings that. Jamarian Sharp is going to bring that. But that's a development piece, as we know. Both of those pieces are. Brook Lopez, he's not doing anything. He's not doing much. Isaiah Jackson, good on small ball defenders, but Peyton Watson will bring an edge that we need defensively. He can guard anywhere from a 1 to a 4. There's trust. Anywhere from a forward to a guard, backcourt to front court. Long, athletic wing, and that's something that we need. He's a transitional finisher. He's improved his shooting from the 3 and inside. And I think he just fits very well next to Garland and Brandon Ingram. I think that as far as a role player, I think Peyton Watson is going to be that glue player that Ty Lue is going to need in this regime. I really do. I think that those are all the benefits that we can have from Peyton Watson. What's going to be a little scary about this situation with Peyton Watson? What makes me a little nervous? Number one, I already brought it up. It's a restricted free agency with Denver because Denver still does want to keep him. Denver does not want to get rid of Peyton Watson. That sign and trade could happen, but sign and trades can be difficult, complicated. This is why I threw Derek Jones Jr. into the mix of things. I think that if we do a sign and trade, bang for bang, Derrick Jones Jr. for Peyton Watson, I would personally hate to see Derrick Jones Jr. I think he's a great role wing for us. Very great role player. But I think that if that is the case, if we get Peyton Watson for that, I'm okay with that. But that is still a concern. Last concern, expensive. Peyton Watson is looking for money. He wants to get paid. Those are the three real things right there. Overall, as far as a fit grade, this guy's an A+. I think if we can make this work, we need to make this work. And this is something that we should pursue. If we are looking, and Ty Lue is looking, for that defensive edge moving forward into this upcoming season. Let's flip-flop that around with Benny Math, my man Bennedict Mathurin. Now, I love Bennedict Mathurin. I want to keep Bennedict Mathurin. I love what he brings as an offensive prowess around the rim. Pure scoring, rim pressure, bench offense, shot creation, and he's fully capable of exploding 25 points on any given night. Not consistently, there's a difference, but fully capable of doing that. We've seen him do it before. Dude's a dog, and I am a huge Bennedict Mathurin fan. I want to see him continue to wear the navy blue and red. I want to see it happen. So that's a big thing. Those are all great things. If we want more offensive pressure, then yes, basketball in the NBA right now is such an offensive powerhouse. We know that. The NBA as an overall whole is less of a defensive world. And that's okay. That's where we're at. That's what we're doing. It's a shooter's game right now. And that's something that maybe we should play into. Is it slowly transitioning into alien-like creatures? Yes. But currently, we're still in the race of shooters gotta shoot. Bennedict Mathurin foots the bill. Now, that being said, Bennedict Mathurin still is going to come off the bench, especially with BI. If BI is healthy, BI is going to be starting. BI is going to be our guy, So Bennedict Mathurin is going to be coming off the bench, but that is bench scoring. That's a bench leader as well. Bennedict Mathurin with Kobe Sanders. Think about that. That's good. That's what I want. Bennedict Mathurin, Kobe Sanders, Bob Miller, Keaton Wagler, all coming off the bench. Rui Hachimura, Jamarian Sharp. That's a good rotation. That's a good bench team. We have depth. How are we going to use it? That's if we have Bennedict Mathurin. Some concerns, and this is where it gets a little bit interesting. Like I said, we have Darius Garland, Brandon Ingram, Keaton Wagler. We have weapons to score. We do. Nick Martinelli, if he really shows off too. I loved what I saw from him in Summer League, and I think that he's going to be a star to shine, moving forward. Rui Hachimura. I'm big on him. I think he's been developing every single season. Just shooting his shot, getting better. We have offense. We have it. We do. Do we need more? That's the biggest concern. And that's also why I think that Bennedict Mathurin hasn't made the roster. And I think that's why there's still negotiations going around and why he's still in the free agent world. He is adding more offense, but that is not solving what I believe is our biggest need, and that is defense. I love Bennedict Mathurin. I love the type of player that he can be, but I think Bennedict Mathurin is going to be more of a sign and trade value type of player. Pelicans have reported interest in Bennedict Mathurin. I haven't looked too much into it. I know that there are talks and rumors of reported interest that have recently spiked. So we're going to see kind of how that continues to develop. Am I mad if we keep Bennedict Mathurin? Absolutely not. No, I'm going to love it. But overall trade grade and fit for this team, high B, a B+, A-. One of those two, right in the middle, teetering. Depends if I'm on the defensive end or an offensive end. Today, I'm right in the middle. Lastly, this one's more of a rumor, but the talks have kind of come up. Jonathan Kuminga. I'd be down. I'd be very down. That being said, I do think that this is the least likely option, but it still could happen. Free agent, a lot of sign and trade type of possibilities that are coming from it. Now, biggest concerns here is that we are not at the top of his list. We're not. I think that we're at least third, possibly even fourth. I think that this is our highest ceiling player, though. Los Angeles Lakers are looking at him, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are looking at him. Both teams that would strongly benefit from Jonathan Kuminga. If he goes to the Lakers, I think that just makes the Lakers more of a competitive team. But if he goes to Cleveland, I think that makes Cleveland more of a weaponized team. Realistically, I think Jonathan Kuminga is going to end up in Cleveland. But who knows? I think, obviously you can defend multiple positions, attack downhill, play in transition, finish above the rim, guard wings, guard fours. And I think he can grow into a he already is a rising star, but I think he can grow into a secondary star kind of on a team. And I think that is something that, to be honest with you, Donovan Mitchell needs right now. So I think that's really why I think that he is going to go to Cleveland. But I think he is also the biggest contract of the three here. It's kind of the biggest name. Not a lot of people are dishing out for Peyton Watson, but with Jonathan Kuminga, I think a lot more teams can benefit from Jonathan Kuminga compared to fitting in our scheme. The acquisition cost alone, it's too high for the Clippers. Not for him, Jonathan Kuminga, go get your money, but for what we want. Now, if we get Jonathan Kuminga, bada bing, bada hot damn, I'm in. Because he's also, in this fifth grade, he's also up there in an A. He's kind of a, he can shoot, he can defend. He's a good package. Where does he fit in the rotation of the scheme of things? I think that's where it gets dicey. I think that's where personalities clash, because Jonathan Kuminga is a starter, for sure. Absolutely, no questions asked. I think that he's an expensive acquisition, but he is the highest ceiling in what we could get out of him. So, let's talk about it. What's the best option out of all of these? Peyton Watson. If you're looking for the defender, we're going with Peyton Watson. If you're looking for the scorer, you're looking for Bennedict Mathurin. If you are looking to hit that ball out of the park and shoot from the logo with a blindfold on and have it go in, Jonathan Kuminga is your answer right there. Overall, I absolutely, fully believe that Peyton Watson is our best option. The scary part is, I think that we are waiting for the whole Kawhi situation to eventually settle, which I think is coming to a close. Once that settles, I think we're pitching. Now, we're over salary cap. But we know that the salary cap is made of rubber, and you can extend kind of up and down a little bit. It's not, once the piggy bank is out, you smash it, and there's nothing left. That's not this. That's not the NBA. So there is potential wiggle room. What that looks like, I have no idea. I don't. I'm not a front office NBA executive. I'm a fan with a YouTube channel. And that's who I am. And that's what we're talking about. So I really do believe that we can get Peyton Watson. But I think we're waiting right now. We're not in a rush. We're not in a rush. Another thing, too, is I hope that not another team jumps at Peyton Watson first. These are the things we're waiting on. I think Milwaukee, if he goes to Milwaukee, I think, I might get a lot of heat for this, but I think that he'd just be a wasted talent in Milwaukee. Milwaukee is in a struggle bus, rebuild, figure it out. Do they have stars on their team? Sure. But look at us. We have stars on our team too. We're also in a figure it out situation. But I think if Peyton Watson joins us, we become somebody that could be a little bit scary if things click. That's what this season is. If things click. That's what we're looking at, and that is how we wind down at least the offseason for the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, fun fact. as I was recording this, I will be dropping a video tomorrow. But let me get it pulled up here. The Clippers did just trade the Philadelphia 76ers for Johnny Broome and a second-round draft pick. What was sent to Philly? Cash considerations. I'm going to be honest, I don't know too much about Johnny Broome. We'll talk about this in tomorrow's video. Wrapped up 168-game college career, averaging 16.1 points, 9.5 boards, and 1.7 assists. So that's something that we're going to be breaking down. Where did I see that? I think he's 6'10", 4 or 5. Something that we need as well. I think our 4 and 5 game has really boosted, and that was a huge hole. Anyway, that's a conversation for tomorrow. So look ahead for the next video on Johnny Broome and that whole situation with the Philadelphia 76ers. Also, let me know what you think. What's the best option? Do you want Peyton Watson? Do you want Bennedict Mathurin? Or should we shoot for the fences for Jonathan Kuminga? For more on the Clippers, make sure you go ahead, like, subscribe, and follow along for everything that has to do with the Los Angeles Clippers and more right here on Clippers Covered. Thanks for watching.